Hello, Basil. How we doing?
Very well. How are you, Alex?
I'm good, sir. I'm good. So, yeah, this week we've got a good one. Actually, it's not a new film, but it was heavily nominated
Yeah.
for all the right reasons. It's Elvis, the film, with Austin Butler as playing Elvis, and Baz Luhrmann is the director. Director that has a little bit of good background. He's done Moulin Rouge, which is one of good musicals back in the day, and he's also done The Great Gatsby, which I believe is you've enjoyed that with Leonardo DiCaprio. So yeah, Elvis. We're gonna do a quick clip, just to show you what it looks like and the style and a little bit of the acting and who else is in it. There is a surprise, but I'll see if you recognize the actor. But let's roll the clip.
There's been a lot of talk about the new Elvis. And of course, that other guy. You ain't nothing but a hound dog crying all the time. There's a lot of people saying a lot of things. Of course, you got to listen to the people that you love. But in the end, you got to listen to yourself. So I want you to know those New York people ain't going to change me none.
Okay. So that's Austin Butler playing Elvis, and that's Tom Hanks. The little surprise that I forgot this Tom Hanks is in this, but he's really good in it under all the prosthetics on him. And to be honest, the film is obviously about Elvis, but it focuses more on the relationship between him and his manager, played by Tom Hanks, and the impact that the manager had on his career and eventually on his life. But yeah, well, what did you thought, Baz?
Really enjoyed it. Really from the offset. I got quite a lot of the same vibes from this film as I did when watching Rocketman. That put Elton John's life into
Elton John's,
perspective,
yeah.
really, yeah. And in one essence that you can compare them to, there's quite a few parallels to the film, but especially in the first 20-30 minutes when Elvis has his kind of like breakaway performance in this nice venue, and all this is when these women start screaming and what have you. There's a similar kind of scene in Rocketman with Elton John as well when he went to America and performed there, and I really enjoyed that sequence when he was getting into his mojo after someone screamed out in the crowd, get a haircut, you silly Billy, something like this. And overall though, I think the film is a good depiction of his life, because there's different variations of what people think Elvis went through, and sort of kind of like his mental state all the time with his height of fame. Because I mean, if you talk about famous people, he's up there with Michael Jackson, Elton John, the Queen. Everyone knows
Madonna, the Queen,
Madonna, these greats. So it's great to see a film that kind of looks behind the scenes really with his family and what the money did to him and stuff, and just really enjoyable. But what did you think of the direction and the director and how it was filmed?
Yeah. I mean, we talked about this, and I told you that I was a bit scared going into this film. Considering it's a Baz Luhrmann film, because Baz Luhrmann is a very risky director, I call him, because he's got his own style and he's full on out there with the colors, oversaturated colors, quick editing, quick camera movement, music, spinning around. I mean, in the beginning of the film, there's like, I don't think there's a one cut that is longer than 3 seconds. It cuts boom, boom, boom for about 30 minutes. But I like the fact that it tones it down, it slows down, and it reflects the career of Elvis in the film. So in the beginning, when he just becomes incredibly famous within a year, Elvis, that's the film. The film has the same pace as his career, just meteoric rise to fame. And then it starts to slow down when it still keeps the stylistic looks, like the colors and the background, but it starts to slow down with the pacing and the color and the cutting of each sequence. So I liked the fact that it's a bit more mature, still stylistic, still risky as a directing style, but very good.
It
very
seems
well
like
paced.
in this film it's more refined. Actually, it actually works
Correct.
in this. And I know what I did enjoy The Great Gatsby, but I know what you mean when you say it was a bit hectic to watch, and it was a little bit too much for the eyes at some points. But yeah, I know I agree. It kind of slowed down in this film, as with Elvis's career, and I would even say that the soundtrack kind of did that as well. It solemned out a little bit, which was good. And what did you think of the soundtrack? Did you think that the music was quite accurate for the scenes, and it was different music added to? Well, it was takes on old tunes. That had
it was
different
takes on old
instruments.
tunes. That's what I enjoyed.
Yeah.
That's again good because it's takes on old tunes.
brave.
There's some famous people there. I mean, I recognized Doja Cat and Eminem at the end with new songs or takes on. That's very good also because it brings it a little bit to today, and also it shows the significance of his style and his career and his in the history of music, don't you think?
Yeah, because it would have been easy to just use the classics of Elvis, which obviously you do hear the songs in the film as well, but it would have been easy for that just to be the soundtrack. But yeah, I thought it was good, and also I think it was interesting to if you like your political side of things as well to see like there's a lot of this crazy interference from governing bodies about the Elvis he was kind of almost like a black man in disguise or a white man and stuff. Correct. And these segregation laws, because you got to remember it was like 50s 60s kind of
Correct.
era.
Yeah.
And I thought if you like that side of films as well politically, it was good.
And also it was during the Nixon era towards the back end of his career, because that's how it was that paranoia, that surveillance theme in everybody's heads because of the Watergate scandal and everything, and then
so it's the communism and it's are we going to be infected by black people, and it's this paranoid atmosphere.
So Elvis never went abroad, never toured abroad ever, and that's one of the things that prevented him, because his manager managed to manipulate him with those things of security, and bringing to the front the fact that famous people are getting shot or attempted at their lives. But what did you thought of the acting? Let's talk about that, because he got a BAFTA award for Best Actor, Austin Butler.
Yeah, Austin Butler, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Just from the movements alone, which is really important. If you're going to try and nail a character as big as Elvis, you got to get the movements right as well, and just the accents and it's just really, really convincing, to be honest, really. And I think you can see him grow from a boy to a man in the film. There's that arc going on. Correct. So and obviously without you have to mention Tom Hanks as well. When you see Tom Hanks on screen, he's always going to bring a certain quality, but he should be mentioned as well. He was fantastic in the film.
He's really good, even after
he owns that
all
role.
The prosthetics, he owns it. Yeah.
And then obviously you get to see this kind of as you say, it's mostly about their relationship, and I think more importantly, it goes from them putting Elvis's face on everything to create any sort of merchandise, which seems like quite friendly at the start of the film, and it's just a clever way of making money and making him a superstar. But it gets a little bit grim towards the end, doesn't it? It's like this dirty kind of side of capitalism that we see, and just absolutely suck in all the money they can out of him. Which is quite sad to see, wasn't it? When it started off to be,
because he was just a country boy that wanted to buy his mom a pink Cadillac, and that's
that was it.
All he wanted.
Yeah. So another case of, I guess, too much money and fame. No sort of human can handle that really, and even Elvis wasn't good enough to handle it.
Where did you see this? Because I had to rent it digitally. Rented. Did you?
With
Google Play
Pyramid, Triangle of Sadness, with that, for me it was Google Play again.
Google Play. Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
So it's no longer in cinemas. It was in cinemas last year, and I think it's just available to rent or to buy on any of these digital platforms.
£8, which is more than worth the money for this.
More than worth it. Yeah, absolutely. Agreed. Yeah. So Elvis, good film, good recommendation. Thumbs up.
Very good. Yeah, thumbs up from both of us. Yeah.
All right, Baz, I'll talk to you next week.
All right, take care, Alex. Bye.
See you later. Bye-bye.